Hello everyone, we are Group 6 and I'm Paul, and today we want to talk about our case about the money and banking. And first I want to talk about the fact of the case. The Chase Bank operated a branch in Seagon until the 1975, and they ceased the operation without notice due to the banner falling to communism and its offers returned to the US. And the main corporate plaintiff and one individual plaintiff hold the debit and go to the US, and they want to sue the Chase Bank in order to turn back their debit. And plaintiff confirmed Chase in the US demanding their deposit back, and however the Chase denied to do the request because after the revolution they no longer have the ability or the obligation to turn back their debit. And the New Balance administration confiscated all operation records of Chase from the French embassy. And in the end, United States court have to decide whether the Chase Bank have to turn back their debitor to the plaintiff.
Hi, my name is Sebastian, and I'm going to be talking about the conceptual framework and the legal questions that arise from this case. To start with, we have the big problem that the plaintiffs claim that Chase is liable for their deposits and demand to be paid back at the home office of Chase in the US, to which Chase then claims they no longer own the deposits due to the communist takeover back in Saigon. Some of the legal questions that arise from this problem are whether the plaintiffs have any right to claim their money back and deposits from Chase's home bank in the US. Secondly, also, does Chase have the right to deny this request from the plaintiffs to pay them back because of the communist takeover? And another question that arises is, should the plaintiffs claim their money either from Chase in the US or from the new administration in Vietnam? I'm going to mention some of the concepts relevant to this case that need to be understood, such as branch banking, liability of banks, the South Vietnamese Civil Code that is mentioned in the case, bank deposits, and commercial banking.
My name is Amy, and I'm going to talk about the reasoning of both parties on this case. Both parties' arguments in this case are divergent. As a defendant, Chase holds two arguments in this case. First, Chase Bank claims that any and all money held in its deposit in Saigon are now currently seized by the communist administration. This makes it impossible for Chase to pay back the plaintiffs, who would have to claim their money from the administration. Secondly, Chase refers to the South Vietnamese Civil Code, where its failure to repay plaintiffs' deposits prior to May 1st, 1975 was not a breach of its deposit contract because the conditions prevailing in Saigon at the time rendered payment impossible. Chase also refers to the Vietnamese Civil Code, which excuses performance under situation as one presented in Saigon during the communist takeover. However, on the other side, plaintiffs hold different opinions. They insist that the status of the bank deposit is considered to be at the branch where the deposit is carried, but if the branch is closed, the depositor has a claim against the home office, which is Chase Bank in the US. And so the home office of Chase in the US should pay the plaintiffs back their deposits. A branch which accepts deposits of foreign branch becomes a debtor, not a bailee, with respect to its depositors. In the event that unsettled local condition required it to cease operations, it should inform the depositors of the date when its branch will close and give its depositors the opportunity and enough time to withdraw their deposits.
I am Paul, and I want to do our conclusion and for the court decision analysis. And this case implies that the plaintiffs are in the right, so the Chase Bank should pay back their debit from the home office in the US. And the court decision focused on the fact that Chase in Seagon is a branch and not an independent corporate which has a parent bank in US. Therefore, an unacceptable situation like communism, takeover, or confiscation done by the Vietnamese government doesn't discharge Chase from the responsibility to pay back their debt to the plaintiffs.
Thank you for listening to our presentation. This was our case study in money and banking, Bishop Goldline versus Chase Bank in the US.